Another day, another bombshell in the never-ending Jada and Will Smith saga, and this time, the spotlight may be shifting away from Jada. For years, fans have treated her like the villain of their marriage, accusing her of embarrassing Will, exposing their private problems, and making him look weak in front of the entire world. But now, the narrative is getting a serious plot twist. New claims surrounding the couple suggest Will may have had multiple affairs with married women during their marriage. And if Jada really is ready to reveal what she says are the receipts, then the internet may be forced to rethink everything it thought it knew about this Hollywood power couple. Jada appears increasingly frustrated with being blamed for every crack in the relationship. That frustration became even more obvious during the press tour for her memoir, Worthy. Instead of keeping things vague, she opened up about deeply personal parts of her life, discussing her marriage to Will, her connection with the late Tupac Shakur, and the complicated reality behind the public image. Then came the revelation that left fans completely stunned. Jada said she and Will had actually been separated for around 7 years. Think about that for a second. While the world was still looking at them as one of Hollywood's most iconic couples, they were reportedly living lives that were far more complicated behind closed doors. And suddenly, all those old interviews, awkward moments, and public controversies started looking different. Jada has spent years being accused of destroying the image of her own marriage. But if more details about Will's alleged relationships begin surfacing, the question becomes impossible to ignore. Was Jada really the villain everyone made her out to be? Or were fans only hearing one side of a much bigger story? Because if Jada decides to open those doors completely, Hollywood might not be ready for what comes next.
Years now.
In 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
7 years is a long time to hide a separation, especially when you're still acting like a married couple in public. Jada and Will continued attending events, walking red carpets, and maintaining the image of a united Hollywood power couple. Then came the shocking 2022 Oscars incident, when Will slapped Chris Rock after his joke about Jada's hair loss. If they were already separated, why was Will still defending her so fiercely? The contradiction only makes their story more mysterious.
And two, can't wait to see it. All right, Richard? Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Fans were already questioning just how complicated Jada and Will's marriage really was. But the conversation got even more intense once Jada opened up about Tupac. She described the late rapper as her soulmate and spoke about him as someone she believed could never be replaced. Those comments immediately fueled even more speculation about the true nature of their bond and left fans wondering where Will fit into that emotional story.
Our children can be our soulmates. I think this kind of romanticized idea of like a soulmate, you know, there's all kinds of definitions of soulmate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, definitely. I don't think if there is such a thing as past lives, I definitely think Pac and I have traveled a few together.
But she also didn't stop there, because she then revealed that Tupac had proposed to her when he was in prison at Rikers back in 1995 or so.
To get married, he was at Rikers. He needed a rock. He needed, because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation.
And then came another revelation that had people raising their eyebrows. Jada also spoke about Tupac's alleged struggle with alopecia. Now, talking about a long-time friendship is one thing, but sharing intimate details about someone who passed away decades ago is bound to spark reactions. Fans were quick to question whether every private detail really needed to be brought back into the spotlight. At this point, many are simply saying, "Let Tupac rest."
I am tired.
That's when the conversation about Jada being the villain came roaring back. Fans criticized her for constantly discussing Tupac, while others dragged the August Alsina controversy back into the spotlight, accusing Jada of cheating on Will and pointing to the infamous Oscars incident as the moment everything supposedly spiraled. But Jada appears completely over being blamed for every problem in the marriage. Instead, she pushed back by revealing claims that Will allegedly had affairs too, and according to those allegations, some of the women involved were reportedly married. During one interview, Jada challenged the narrative that she was the imperfect wife who single-handedly destroyed Hollywood's golden couple. She argued that blaming the woman for a man's downfall is nothing new, especially when the public already wants a simple villain, and her message was clear. Maybe the story people have been repeating for years was never the complete story. Maybe there were two sides to the chaos, and fans only wanted to hear one, but Jada wasn't finished. She made it clear that, in her view, Will has his own history that deserves scrutiny. Anyone who has followed the Smith family drama knows Will has openly discussed having a marriage that didn't always follow traditional rules. In past interviews, he described their relationship as being built around trust, personal freedom, and allowing each other to find their own path. He even acknowledged that their approach wasn't something he would necessarily recommend to every couple. Then there was his GQ interview, where Will discussed a fantasy involving multiple women he admired and loved, even mentioning Halle Berry and Misty Copeland as part of that hypothetical scenario. Now Jada is making an even bigger claim. According to her, Will allegedly had more affairs than she did, including alleged relationships with married women. She didn't identify anyone, but suggested Will avoided the same level of public backlash because he was simply more discreet. There have also been reports alleging that some women connected to Will were asked to sign strict NDAs. If those claims are accurate, it could explain why so many details surrounding his alleged relationships have remained behind closed doors. And then there was the Margot Robbie rumor. A few years ago, the internet exploded after photos of Will and Margot surfaced, sparking speculation about their relationship while they were filming Focus. Online claims suggested the two became unusually close and allegedly spent significant time together in Will's trailer after filming. To be clear, those were rumors, not confirmed facts, but they became another chapter in the endless speculation surrounding Will and Jada's marriage. Now, some fans are looking at the entire situation differently. Instead of automatically treating Will as the innocent husband caught in Jada's drama, they argue that he may have had his own complicated history. After all, Will has openly discussed their unconventional approach to marriage and relationships outside traditional boundaries. One online reaction summed up that viewpoint perfectly. Maybe Will wasn't necessarily more innocent. Maybe he was simply more private and careful about what happened behind closed doors. Now the big question is, was Will just as responsible for the problems in their marriage? Or is Jada trying to rewrite the narrative and repair her public image? Either way, this story clearly isn't as simple as Jada was the villain. The more details come out, the more complicated the Smiths' marriage looks.